Conroy. I'm a teacher here at Yamakara Island. It's a tough job, but I love it. 7 of my students could not recite the alphabet. 3 kids couldn't even spell their own names. 18 kids thought that Savannah, Georgia was the largest city in the world. It's not an easy job.
Hey, Conrad!
Oh, Lord. It looks like we got another game of island basketball. Hey, gang, I worked up a plan to take us to Washington, D.C. to go on a trip. Do us a little good to get a little history, don't you think?
Is that in Asia?
That could be fun.
No.
Is that near Savannah?
I mean, it's closer than Asia.
It sounds like a fun trip.
I guess.
Conrad is a crazy. You know, he always trying to talk about Washington, D.C. Ain't nobody gonna let us ever leave this island.
So you guys been liking that Mozart music I've been playing?
No.
Well, I'm glad some of you are appreciating it.
Enough of these distractions. These kids need to be learning out of the textbooks, not letting them collect dust in the corner. Conroy tarnishes the name of teachers everywhere. He's always letting his kids hooting and hollering. Sometimes you just gotta apply the board of education to the seat of learning. These children need discipline.
I wish I had a leather belt to snap every time I heard that woman's voice. We're going to Washington, D.C., even if it means I have to go to the district office. But first, I have to win over the parents.
Come in. You better state your damn business before old Bessie gets to talking.
Please, for the love of God, Edna, put the gun down. It's me, Conroy, and I'm just here to talk about taking your kids to Washington, D.C. If I can win over Edna, I can win over all the parents on the island. That is, if she doesn't blow my head off first.
My kids ain't going to Washington. They ain't driving hundreds of miles up the road, and they ain't crossing that river, so you can get your ass up and take it out the same way it came in.
Let's make a deal. Well, how about I'm on those kids like a tick on a hound. They will never leave my sight. What are you thinking about that one?
I ain't losing my kids. Now, Conroy's good people, but I can't lose my kids now. That's why I got old Bessie. You know what? I ain't never noticed, but you got such a pretty nose, Conrad.
So does that mean that they can go with us? Because this is a pig nose, so can they go?
I reckon they can, but you best be aware that me and old Bessie will be waiting for you if anything happens.
Okay then. Success! With Edna on board, all of the parents will be willing to let their kids go on this trip. Now's the fun part. I have to go to the Holy of Holies and talk to the district head, Piedmont.
Well, if it isn't Conroy, are you here again requesting that the school pay for your gas money to travel to school? You know we don't pay teachers an allowance to get to work every day.
I am the only one that takes a boat to get to work. But it's good to see you too, Dr. Piedmont. Actually, I'm here to talk about taking my kids on a little trip to Washington, D.C. I've got accommodations, and the parents support it.
Ah, Conroy, that is something that I can support. I think that's a great idea, and it won't cost the county a dime. Excellent indeed. You know, you remind me of a younger me, so full of hope and ambition, that I met a man named Jesus. He's a great man, you know.
Did I just get saved?
Conroy is a thorn in my side, but I know an opportunity when I see one. Besides, it gave me another chance to talk to him about Jesus, and more importantly, myself.
It's been a great trip. Thankfully, we've had some great folks who've housed us while we were here in the nation's capital. Well, thanks for having us. It was really great. I appreciate you housing the kids. It's been a good trip.
Of course, it was a pleasure. I'm glad they had a great time, and you guys have a safe trip back to the island.
Thank you.
I don't know what I expected. When I heard we were housing a couple of students from an isolated island in South Carolina, I thought they would be speaking in a clicking language and they would all have tribal bands as jewelry. Boy, was I relieved when I found out they were just kids.
Yo, Conrad, you gonna play us Blake Copeland the Fifth on the way home?
Ask me one more time, Top Cat, and I'll get out old Bessie on you.